it loud enough?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that is nice echoes.
You can do.
I was cracking mine.
Oh shit.
She does that, and oh man, that's not as bad as when she does her hip. She'll like go like full like.
All right, let's ASMR this. Oh. There you go.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna show her some uchimatas and like really get her going. I'm gonna live vicariously through Hannah.
All right.
I blew out my knees, but hers are still good.
Damn. Alrighty, so this is the Humans of Grappling podcast. we're doing some weird stuff, ASMR stuff to start. I think everyone likes to do that, just to fuck around with the mics. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah. So both of you guys are grapplers now, which is a change from last time you guys weren't on the podcast, but last time we talked all in person. Like,
yeah.
So what got you into grappling?
Well, he'd been asking me for years, you should just come just once.
Yeah.
Or you want to come to open mat with me? You should come to open mat with me. Come to open mat. And I was like, no. And then finally one day I was like, all right, I guess I'll go with you. Like now that I have a rash guard that fits me, and I literally have, so much athletic equipment, just like shorts and all that shit from like working at Under Armour.
I had no excuse not to go.
Pretty much, yeah. I had no excuse. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you. And then I was like, all right, yeah, no, that was pretty fun. Like, I see why you go. So.
Right, that's dope. So, how long have you been training now?
Few months.
Yeah. All right.
Like,
dope.
what? I don't know. I probably started.
Well, when we had the mats in the garage last year, I would there'd be some days where I'm like, hey, let's go. I'm going to show you how to basic self-defense. I'm like, if someone tries to grab you, this is how you get out of a rear naked, 2-on-1, pull-on-1. It's like basic just self-defense stuff. And then from there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show you how to pass guard. And you just like learn the moves so then we can just start really doing it and getting into it.
Gotcha. That's cool.
But yeah, no. And then I just didn't start going to the actual gym to like train with anyone else until... Yeah, like May, maybe?
Something like that.
Okay, dope. That's awesome. And then you have a match coming up this weekend. Women's high rollers.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I do, yeah.
Dang. Are you excited? Or how do you feel about it?
I guess I feel like I never really thought I would be in a fighting competition.
Right. You didn't grow up and that was what you didn't want to grow up and be whatever a fighter?
No. I always thought I would be like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be like a paleontologist or like an astronomer or something weird. Like now I'm a chemist. That's just as weird, but
you were an athlete.
I was, but I was a swimmer. That's different.
Gotcha.
I don't know. That's not very like. That's not. You're not getting your aggression out, I guess, on someone else. Like, the only aggression is between you and, like, the water, so it's, like, different.
Something that can definitely kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. A human can drown in water.
Yeah. A human can maybe kill you, but the water definitely can.
Definitely can, yeah. Exactly. In many different ways. You can over-drink it. You can under-drink it. You can just drown in it. Like, right. So I get off on tangents very often. So
we're on a podcast.
All tangents.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Right.
Trigonometry.
Yeah. No, I hated swimming growing up. I was like, finally somebody in college like convinced me to like just try it out for reals. And like I took swimming lessons as a kid, so I wouldn't drown, but like to actually do laps, and it was just terrible. I don't know. I could never get like the breathing right to like look over to one side or whatever.
No, I still have a good side that I can like more easily turn my head to, and it's this side. Because that's
even after cracking your neck.
Yep. Yeah. Right. No, yeah. In perpetuity, I will only be able to probably look so far on one side as compared to the other.
All right, cool.
And this
so when
shoulder
you attack,
is messed up
crank
too.
To the left.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yes, no, it's my right shoulder that's messed up for swimming, but.
Okay, because you develop like imbalances or anything like that, something like that.
It's kind of just like you can actually swim too hard and still blow something out. It's dumb. Like,
well, you figure like if you slap the water and it's just like jumping off a bridge and you're not going in diving. It just smacks like concrete.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Yep.
Ow.
If you don't have it in going the specific way for the moves in the most nicest, easiest way to displace the water possible, it just screws things up.
Gotcha.
So like I knew someone too from swimming. I don't know even how this happened, but their entire femur turned 180. What? Yeah.
With swimming.
Long ways or like?
Yeah, just this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Like not rotating in place, but
rotating in place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to I was thinking of sitting, and then I was thinking of a cylinder. So I was.
Okay. So you're rotating a cylinder around the round part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so they tore like all the stuff in their legs and all this fun. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun.
From kicking.
Swimming.
From kicking is what. Oh shit. It's high stakes. I didn't know like Sasquatch or. Adrian, as otherwise known as Adrian. You recently, well, not recently, this year hurt your knee.
Yeah, that was recent, dude.
May.
Well, I got surgery in May.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was April. It was on 420.
Gosh,
oh no!
I blew my knee out on 420, and I wasn't even stoned yet. It was bad.
Fuck. Damn.
Yeah, I jumped off the ropes, landed stiff, and just did not. I heard it pop, and I was like, damn. And I was like, no, I'm all right. And I'm like sitting there walking, and I'm walking around like the gym and like doing laps. I'm like, nope, I heard something.
This is was it unstable or?
Yeah, so you just feel it. Like I would stand up, and your ACL is kind of what keeps your knee from doing this that way. You know what I mean? Like bending the wrong way. Like,
sure. Yeah.
It keeps the extension, so then you could extend it out this way, and it like doesn't bevel out.
Yeah. So it doesn't. Buckle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I couldn't stretch my leg, and I couldn't pick it up because I could just feel like everything that was torn. Like getting into bed, like getting in and out of like bed, I'd have to like almost lock down myself and like use my little like my foot to kind of just like get my leg up on there.
Oh fuck.
I had to sleep on my back for like a couple days. Dude, it was a pain in the ass. The medical system sucks. I had to like wait almost 3 weeks.
Whoa.
I had to wait 2 weeks to just actually get checked, and then I had to wait like another almost month to get the surgery.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they didn't even want to give him the MRI. They were just going to do an X-ray, and I'm like, I don't think it's just an X-ray problem.
It's not a bone. I definitely knew I tore something. Can I get the fancy magnet one?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, no, I got surgery in May 26th.
Okay.
So I'm about almost 4 months out now.
Oh shit! And you're grappling again.
Yeah, and I'm already back on the mats. I've been about a couple weeks ago. Cool. Everything's been cool. So with the surgery, they took a piece of my quad to replace the ACL, and then like I think they drilled like a bunch of holes in your bones and then like loop it, put it together with like a piece of titanium, and my quad hurts. Like still that's hurts? Really the worst part about all of it is just like the weakness in the like quad, and like I'll go to like hit a butterfly sweep, like actually getting my hooks in and getting them in real tight, and like I could just feel like this weird like pulling on my quad.
Okay.
So I got some more strength training to do, but I think I could probably be back to like a hundo by like the end of the year.
Yeah.
If I actually like get my shit together.
For sure. Yeah. Are you doing physical therapy or kind of like on your own or?
I was. Yeah. I am. I stretch every day, make sure like everything's moving.
For sure.
We have stairs at home, and so like I'll actively like go all the weight on the bad leg and like skip a step and really just use that to build. But then I also get treatments from one of the homies at the gym.
Okay. Tim?
Frank, actually.
Or Frank? Okay.
You know Frank, right?
Frank, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, nobody knows each other's names. There's still fools that I've...
It's always Instagram handles. Like,
literally.
You showed me, like... Okay, tangent here. Hard tangent. We are... Instagram mediates our reality.
100%.
It is, like... I just know people by their Instagram. Some people by their Instagram handles. Yep. And, like, Katie came on, and she said, oh, my friend CJ. I'm like, I don't know him. And she showed me, oh, Maguro Master or whatever. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I know that guy. Like, but see,
I'm glad in jiu-jitsu a lot of the fools have like normal handles. Like, I know some fools that got like some weird ass like handles that you're just like, bro, I'm not calling you that. Like,
XO hugs and kisses and stuff.
I know. I remember one time, I think Leonard had messaged him. He's like, "Don't worry, it's just Leonard." Like, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. You're not freaking out. Like,
but yeah, no, I'm usually good about remembering people's names if you've told me your name at least a couple times. Because I like faces, I'll remember no problem. But like names, I'll just be like, that one person.
Yeah, right.
Like I think for a while, I thought you, John Poppy, and then I think it's the other Mike. I thought you guys were all Mike.
Night Mike? Was he a Mike?
The old timer that's really strong.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's Mike too.
Yeah, and I thought you guys were all Mike, and then John's like, "No, dude, my name's John." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, he looks like a Mike, but he also looks like a John.
Yeah.
So.
Or a Chad. Like
or a
he's
Chad.
got a Greek
he has
like
some Chad vibes,
face.
not in a bad way.
Right.
But
Yeah. But yeah. So.
What was the original thing that we were talking about?
So your quad physical therapy. No, your homie Frank. Yeah.
Frank helps me out. He actually shout out to him too for everything because he helped me out. He works at a doctor's office. He works I think as a doctor's assistant or somebody that's in the office of the surgeon who did my operation.
Shit. Okay.
It's like a sports medicine type of place.
Nice.
So the doctor, she's really nice, Dr. Bacheron. She was she's very sports orientated. Like she asked me when we were like going about the options, she's like, "Are you trying to go back into this? How long? And like what's your plan? And like this is what I recommend." And like it was really just like, I'm here to make sure you want what you need. And it's not just like, "Oh yeah, this is how we fix you," but fixing you is fusing your leg together and now you can't bend it anymore. But it's good. Like
it's super strong. Right? Yeah, exactly. Gotcha.
But like I'll do treatments with him. I used to do like immediately right out the gate when I got surgery, like twice a week, and it would be like electrostim and like some scraping and all that fun stuff.
Cool. That's dope.
But now I'm just fucking strengthening it on my own and doing it. But everything's cool.
Nice.
Catch me on the mats, bros.
Right. CTT.
Right.
Next CTT. But yeah, it's interesting that we always know somebody, right?
Yeah.
There's always a homie who's in whatever. Like you guys are into soap. So to start the plug here is you guys are Herbal Hannah soaps. And
yes, thank you for saying it correctly.
Right.
Yeah, you got to pronounce the H's because if not, people are like Herbal Hannah.
Herbal.
That's not my name. Bitch.
So Herbal Hannah Wellness.
Right. Not to like. I mean, you've gone on other podcasts talk about how you started and whatnot, but like, how did you guys realize that this could be a real thing? Like, I know I've listened to Pocholo's podcast and did my homework, and you guys, you've made soap forever because of your skin conditions and whatnot. And it helped out. But like, when did you like start to take it? Like, what was the thing that made you take it really seriously?
What made you quit your job? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What made you take the leap?
What made me take the leap and burn the ship?
Yeah, right? Burn the boats.
Well, I guess it was just really, I don't know, I guess.
All the support.
I mean, there was a lot of support, but there was also just like a lot of internal stuff going on where it's like, okay, I really, like, I don't want to go to my day job every day. Mm-hmm. I'd so much rather like be working on this business. You know, I like leaving early instead of staying my full 8 hours because I would get my work done so quickly. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to go home. I'm going to work on business stuff.
Yeah.
And, just even like going to my job in general was so demanding at times that I didn't want to go home and do business things. And so it just turned into like this discontent.
Sure.
Like I guess would just
Adrian's like
she like doesn't explain it so like as what it was. It was funny. It was just she'd be telling me, I had to walk out of the lab because so and so pissed me off, and then I ran into this problem, so I went outside so I don't murder anybody. And that was really what I was like, come on, you need to go strangle your friends for fun. Exactly. Like let's really like control this anger. And that's what we got to back into jits.
Yeah, no, that was why I was like, okay, you're right. I haven't been doing any physical activity. Let me go with you to jits. Like, that'll probably get out all my aggression. I won't want to punch anyone in the fucking face. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I literally just, I don't know, I guess I just crystallized my discontent so much. So I was like, all right, well, here's my leaving date. I'm giving this to you 4 months in advance.
Oh, wow.
And good luck replacing me.
Yeah.
I will be here until this date. I gave you 4 months. I know I'll be hard to replace. So let's get on this.
Right.
And so we found a replacement, and I trained them up, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like, now this is gonna be my full-time job, just making soap and stuff. And I think I don't even know, like, just off your original question, I don't know. I'm not even sure, like, what that point was where I was like, okay, this could be, like, something.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of excitement. Because you had tried to quit your job like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
but it was always like a lot of business stuff where it was like, oh, we had talked to so-and-so, and they're like, oh, yeah, bro, I got $15,000 for you so we can do this. And so Hannah was like, oh, you got the money? Cool, let me go. And it was kind of not looking for the excuse to jump, but like, it was there.
Yeah.
But then,
like, it was there, and then it was really just trying to make that, I guess, financial decision. Like, okay, you know, because for a while I was the one, like, paying the bills at my lab job, my big girl lab job, you know, as a chemist, and
house husband, yo.
Make
sure the house was clean, dinner was made.
Exactly. But so it was like, you know, okay, do I want to give up this security blanket for something kind of uncertain? Like, I know that I can do it, but I'm not exactly sure how. And so kind of just like jumping into the void was like,
no, it's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's like, it's so scary, but it was also so exciting.
Yeah.
It, like, there was so much excitement behind it. Like, it wasn't just fear. And so it was like, I don't remember where I had heard this originally, but when you're both fearful and excited about something, it's meant to be. Like,
you should do it.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's like the best of both things, because you're fearful, so it's like, okay, I won't fail. But you're excited, so you're excited to not fail and like try and work out all of these things and like push past things that maybe you wouldn't have had you just been fearful.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, there's definitely that I mean, that's with anything, right? Is like, you set a big enough goal, it's going to scare you, right? And that's, I don't know. I mean, we've all set goals where we're all like, we're all alive here. Like, we all have to set some amount of goals to like, to maintain here. But to that point is like I've heard that same thing, that same advice is like, if you're afraid of it and you still think it's a good opportunity, it's like that's the area of growth. Like, that's where you're going to experience the most improvement, or you're going to be challenged, you're going to be pushed. And like, just as a personal growth thing, like, even though like, yeah, you're losing out on the secure job, you're like going like head first, you bought a ton of coconut oil, a literally ton,
a 2,000 pound fucking bag.
Right. Like, who buys that without like being super confident in actually using it, right? And actually using it for manufacturing. So that's like, at least for me, like, my thing jumping in is like, oh, it's software, I can make stuff out of nothing. But like, you guys are manufacturing, it's like, okay, I see, like, there's upfront like capital expenses and things like that. You have to whatever, I don't know, you have to pay for it upfront in order to even like be in the game,
manufacture and then do things and sell it.
Right.
Shit, and we started our business off of $500. Right. Literally $500 and like whatever equipment we already had. The 500 barely covered enough to be like a business and get the LLC.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like, we got the LLC and we got the like good standing with the state or whatever, and like that was it.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so like that was enough to pay for everything.
Right.
And it was it was like what 5s and 1s and 10s out of this.
It was like some sketch bag of money that her mom gave because this was like pandemic. She was like,
doomsday
prepper. Some doomsday prepper stuff where I'm like, wait, if the world goes to shit, why does anybody care about paper money then?
Right.
And especially like mixed bills in small numbers. I'm like, nobody's gonna be like, oh, $5. Oh, toilet paper.
That's hilarious. So that's dope. No, that's so and then Adrian is like you're the brains behind the operation. Adrian's the brawn, like going out there selling, slanging soap,
getting it out there, building up the brand, and just using that network, man. Because like I've been all over the city. I've been in education. I've been in retail. I've been in like personal security. Like my ADD goes with my resume, man. It's just like all over the place. And I've always just like my personal goal is to. What did you say? What do you have written on the fridge? It's not to have a lot. It's to be abundant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's money is the obstacle. Abundance is the goal.
Okay. Yeah.
Where I want to have enough to make myself happy, and that's not like, oh, I want 5 Lambos. It's just no. I want to be comfortable and do whatever I want. Yeah. But then also have enough to build.
Sure.
Because like I've worked with nonprofits and all this stuff, and I've always seen like at the end of the day, there's not enough money to build stuff, and the stuff that is built isn't getting like
the funding that it needs,
or even like utilized properly. Like I've worked for nonprofits where I'm like, dude, everybody's getting paid real nice, but like nobody's doing shit. And I'm just like, how are you supposed to service what you're supposed to service and be better for your community if you're not actually doing it? You're just here for the money, and like. Yeah, we're not gonna get into all that, but it's just more so like, come on, like build, like do what that was its intended purpose. Like that's what I want. I want everybody around me to be like successful. Like my table doesn't get longer, it just gets bigger type shit.
Right, yeah. All the homies are gonna eat.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's dope because I mean that ties into I mean your Las Vegas network, and then also your jiu-jitsu network in terms of like you know all kinds of people everywhere in all areas of society.
Everything. And it's just like, you know what's the one overlap that everybody uses? Soap.
Yeah.
Everybody takes a shower, or at least I hope so.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. There was that one lady that told me at the library that one time, oh, sorry, I only wash with water. And it took me like,
crazy.
Dude,
that's next level hippie.
It took me like
no, it was just the old lady. She was just I don't know if she was just like, nah, fuck you, I don't want to look at your stuff. Don't sell me nothing, or if it was just like she melted with her chest. But like Hannah was just
It took me like 3 minutes to process. She was already like all the way across the room, and I was like,
wait a second.
And I was like, wait, did she say she doesn't wash with soap?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, that's what she said. I was like, she just said I only wash with water, thank you. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh.
Damn.
She stacks. That damn. So what is soap? Like I'll buy it, but I don't understand we wash it, but what is it doing like at the chemistry level or at the
chemistry level?
Put some stank on it and just really build my it.
Right, yeah.
I just I tutored some chemistry earlier today, so I'm in a chemistry mood.
Right.
So basically, like what it's doing is
first, what's it made out of? Let's start from the beginning. Okay. What's soap made out of?
Right.
Okay. So soap is made out of this. So I'll look at you because I don't want to turn my head that many times. So soap is like it's a fat and a base.
Okay.
So a base is like something that's alkaline, the opposite of an acid, right?
How many hydrogen atoms are in it? I'm kidding.
I mean, that is the difference between acidic and basic. It's the amount of free hydrogen floating in solution. Just
gonna drop that. We're learning here today.
So it's a fat and a base, and basically what happens is fats are in like big long like chains. They're called like poly whatever. Poly means many, and they're usually many are like in a chain together. And then you've of course heard of like medium chain, long chain, short chain, like fatties or like triglycerides or whatever. That's basically like just, that's all the different chains of fat.
Yeah,
I've heard fatty when I was at the gym and coach saw me running, but
I was gonna say, I bet you have. What do you really mean?
You know what's funny? Middle school, I used to get bullied by other fat kids, and I'm like, I don't get it. What the fuck? I was like, how does that even happen? Like, I had one friend, he had like, and like, this is the best part. It was walking into orchestra class, and he's just like circling me, and with somebody else, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you're so fat, you got your own orbit. And I'm like, bro, you're a moon. Like, you're just as fat. What do you mean you're orbiting me? But anyways.
So depending on the different chain length of the fat,
going from middle school trauma to
back to the science.
Exactly. Yeah. So the chain length of the fat, kind of like the chain length of the fat and the different like acid properties, like the acidic, not acidic properties of like the fat, but there are like other components other than the fatty chain, like that contribute to the hardness, the softness, the lather, like the silkiness and whatever of the bar of soap, like in the end product.
Gotcha.
So what the base does when it reacts with the coconut oil or just whatever your medium is for making soap, whatever fat, you know, human fat, tallow,
right?
You know, all
Fight Club shit.
Yes,
Exactly.
I see.
Soap cannot be vegan.
Yeah.
You should explain the oils then at that point, because it's like you see a lot of bars have a mixture of oils, and then you did that, but then now we're at a single.
Yeah, that's later's topic. I'm explaining how to remind me. We'll circle back.
Sorry, yes, ma'am. Right. I'll put it on your schedule.
Yes, write it down.
Right.
All right. So the base mixes with the fat, and it goes through this chemical reaction called saponification. To be honest with you, I don't remember exactly like what it does, but it transforms.
I'm not testing you here.
Yeah, but basically,
this is on the final exam.
Yeah.
What did we learn today?
It transforms the fat in the base into soap, which just is naturally like cleansing. The compound is called like a saponin. That's what it's called. Like naturally occurring cleansing products are called saponins. So and that's why it's saponification.
And that's where we get soap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So why does it clean my skin though? Why does it get the dirt off me? We're asking the hard-hitting questions here.
If I'm remembering correctly, like it's still similar to detergents in where soap has both a hydrophobic and hydrophilic tail. So that means one side repels water and the other side attracts water. And so what that does, like, so when the soap mixes in, like, with all your oils and stuff like that, because, you know, like attracts like, there's still some kind of an oil in there. It still has, like, oil properties, even though it's a soap. So it's things that are similar tend to like to absorb each other. So there's that, and then it absorbs well because of the hydrophilic kind of like properties, and then the hydrophobic properties help slough it back off your skin so that it doesn't redeposit. And so that's how it just like gets surface dirt and like dead skin, just washing it off and stuff like that. That's,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's why soap works.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So
the complicated chemistry explanation.
Of course. Gotcha. So soap is obviously important. Like it, you know, like we have to clean things. Like otherwise we walk around stanky or whatever, have bacteria, bad germs all over.
Staph and gross, and then everybody's sick.
Exactly. So you guys are doing so your soap is, more natural than the average bar of soap, right? Yeah. Like that's the idea, is that you're using natural products to like make this Just stuff that's better for people, right? Like you're not putting bullshit in there.
We're trying to be farm to table, but with soap. We're almost getting our coconut farm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
That's probably honestly the next step.
Vertical integration.
Yep.
All right. You'll have to whatever, get broken up. You're whatever. Too big.
I want to be big soap.
Big
soap.
Big
we're
soap.
Gonna be a tycoon, man.
Right.
That's the end goal.
Cool. So I guess, and you have other things here too, like this.
Yeah, we brought you a nice little display.
Yes, we brought you and Lark some deodorant samples.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's
okay,
what that
gotcha.
Is. It's in a chapstick tube, but
I was about to put it on as a chapstick, but
put this on as a chapstick.
This is a chapstick. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. Cool. So what made you want to branch out into these other things?
I mean, that was kind of like always the goal. I suppose like when I even first started making soap, I was making my own kind of like other natural products like deodorant and stuff like that. It was kind of like a full overhaul, like, oh, okay, like let me see how many things I can make myself. And yeah.
Does it use like the same base materials, or is it like
some do?
Some do, yeah. That one, like the lip balm and the deodorant use the same base materials like as each other, but what most of the things have in common is the essential oil blends.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so it's kind of like, well, we just like have been naming everything based off of the blend. And, yeah, I don't even really know like how to describe that. I guess because it's funny because like we just started out as soap, so like calling the soaps that, and then now calling the scent blends that, because that realistically, like that's what we were calling the scent blends was the name. It just confuses me occasionally. I'm like,
okay.
Oh, wait. I'm like,
wait, that's what we're naming this thing now.
Or am I talking about everything? And like, oh yes, that's right, everything. Right. But
yeah, what was your reasoning? Like, if I have it in this, I want it in everything.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes, you know, you go to the store and you get a shampoo or a conditioner or whatever, and it's like, okay, I really like this scent, so now I want it in everything.
You just want to smell, you want a consistent smell.
Yeah, and I think that's just because I'm like sensitive to scents and stuff like that, so that's also another reason why I kind of like started developing my own products. Walk into a Bath and Body Works, if I don't get out of there in 5 minutes, I'm going home with a migraine.
Right.
Like,
no, that's terrible. I
can't do it. That, so. Right. I don't know if it's just my own OCD that I'm like, yes, everything needs to be in the same scent. Like, I want everything to be the same, or at least I want the option of having everything to be the same.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to mix and match my scents on my head. Like, I just want them all to be the same.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Keep them all in a line. Yeah. I guess, backing up, what is an essential oil? I've always heard this term. And it's like, where does it come from? Like, what is it? How do you make it? Or where do you get it from?
So what differentiates like an essential oil from, say, like coconut oil?
Or like a regular oil?
Or like a regular
what's
oil.
essential versus non-essential?
Non-essential, yeah, exactly. So like,
I don't know. Ask me in 2020.
Right.
So I guess like a non-essential oil would be like coconut oil that's considered like a carrier oil. Or, you know, all the other ones like almond, olive, whatever. Those are all carrier oils because they're really easily produced and they're not often very fragrant. So you're not really using it because it smells nice. You're using it because the property of the oil is doing something for you. Okay. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Not to say that essential oils like don't have properties, but the difference between that and essential oils would be they're extracted from like plant matter. So like citrus rinds or like spearmint leaves, lavender buds, stuff like that. So things that are typically very aromatic is what would be an essential oil.
Gotcha.
And so typically how they're extracted would be like steam distillation, or sometimes they're pressed depending on like what kind of like how abundant the oil is, or even like sometimes what fragrance compounds you want to get out of like each specific thing. Some compounds.
Oh, like lavender spike versus lavender and all that.
Those are two different
flowers.
Flowers, actually. They're like two different species of. Yeah, they're two different types of lavender. But no, it would be the difference between So you know ylang ylang in Friendship?
Yeah.
So they have like 4 different distillations or whatever that you can buy. So they have ylang ylang light, ylang ylang 2, and ylang ylang heavy, and then they have ylang ylang complete. So you can get sometimes, like, depending on how long or the extraction method of the essential oil, you can get different fragrance compounds out of it.
Okay.
So, and then, so the complete would obviously be combining like all those 3 together to create like the full bouquet.
I see.
Because the goal is to capture the essence of nature in its like purest form with an essential oil. So like, if you smelled sweet orange, you should definitely be like, oh fuck, like that smells like sweet orange,
right.
Yeah, or fennel or whatever. And so,
licorice.
Yeah, no, I mean any of them. And it's just like, it's just supposed to mimic the scent, like not mimic because you're literally extracting it like from the material.
Right.
It just, it's its fullest expression. It has all of those natural like terpenes and compounds, and depending on how this flower grew, like or where the terroir was, and the growing season.
For those of us at home who don't know it.
Terroir, that's kind of just like the environment in which it grows, that it like fragrant things or things that you will make into a solution or like a tea even. Like things that are fragrant will naturally also absorb like other fragrances and take on like the other natural odors of their environment.
Okay.
And so with that you get like variations like in wine, like why one growing season might, or like one region of a country might produce a different tasting wine than like this other country, other than the terroir. You know, you have the growing factors like the rain, and is it on a mountain, did it get full sun, whatever. But terroir also plays like such an important role, just the fragrances around the thing that you're producing create such a difference.
Gotcha.
But I don't even remember where I was going with that.
Essential oils and explaining the difference between
it sounds like, we got to...
It's very complex, yes. Right. I think I explained, probably. Right.
It's just the natural oil from, like, whatever it is. So, like, citrus and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's citrus,
still
lavender,
clear. So
basil, stuff like that.
The explanation should really be what's the difference between an essential oil and a fragrance oil that you see in, like, other soaps and other stuff.
So fragrance oils would be...
Give me a too long didn't read version. We don't need another 20-minute tangent.
Okay, so too long didn't read. Fragrance oils are created in a lab to mimic the same like compounds that you would find in an essential oil, which would be the naturally occurring scents, you know, from that. Sure. So it's just isolating kind of a few different of these like scent compounds and saying, okay, bam, these are together now. That smells like that. That's good enough. Instead of capturing like, I don't know, the full like 20, 25, 50 terpenes or whatever that might be in there from that naturally like flower. So that's the difference.
Definitely. It's like in music, it's, well, not that I know music at all, but it's like recording something and playing it back. Like it's always, there's a compression, right? There, you can't, like going to a live show versus listening to a recording. A live show, you get the full spectrum of whatever resonance and sound waves, whatever. Like live shows are fucking awesome because you get all like 100% of the energy there. Versus like a recording, maybe it sounds like kind of shitty at parts or whatever, or even this podcast. Like this is a compression of what we're actually doing here now, right? We don't have, we're not saving all of the information into the computer. We're just saving a portion of it, a good enough version to distribute. So, so that's what Big Scent is doing with, or Big Soap is doing with these
fragrance oils.
I see.
Didn't you say also not only are they all like chemically made, but there's like they're alcohol based or something, so it's not good for your skin?
A lot of them, are alcohol based or like diluted in alcohol or whatever, and so it's an extra alcohol that you don't really need in there, you know, because it helps kind of keep them all blended together at a certain point, or even just like stable. So instead of expertly like blending a fragrance with, okay, here's my base note, here's my middle note, here's my top note. They're all going to be anchored by this base. It's just like, okay, here's this and this and this, and then it's all held together by alcohol. There we go, bam.
I see.
So
it's a elementary school like glue like project where it's like, oh, just put a bunch of stuff here. Here's the macaroni whatever project.
Here's my picture.
Here's my picture. Versus like the
Mona Lisa or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn, so you be making Mona Lisas in your little essential oil blends? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, dog. All day, every day. So.
Well, yeah. Adrian's trying to figure out some new marketing.
Exactly. You gotta ask the right questions,
right? we're the Mona Lisa of oil,
well, that's another thing that we kind of take pride in. It's like we do everything.
Sure.
Like literally
Top
from
to bottom.
finding the right packaging. Like you see, that's our actual chopstick tubes because it's supposed to be recyclable, man. We only got one Earth. Gotta stop polluting it.
Yeah, literally. I didn't think I'd ever see the effects like of global warming in my lifetime so strongly, and I'm just like, dude, the summer was too hot and winter is too hot. Like,
right?
You gotta push it through the bottom. Did you get it? There you go.
Yes.
That one's nice. This one's like vanilla fresh scent, so it's like
spearmint, peppermint, and vanilla.
All right, now that's dope.
I don't know. I've just really, ever since I had that gum in Mexico, I was like, vanilla mint? Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Like, why would I not put those together? That would be an excellent chapstick idea.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So how are you guys distributing this? What's kind of like the game plan, the go-to-market plan for you guys?
Right now, we're in salons. We're starting to get into more gyms. We're working on a lot of pop-ups, but like you were saying, distributing. We're trying to get into more stores.
Trying to find a distributor. Hey, if there's any distributors out there that want
watching this,
you never know.
You never know.
Yes, that work with companies that gross under $100,000 a year. That is us. Please hit us up. We would like to distribute our soap to whatever network you have. We're a luxury soap brand, all natural, vegan, cruelty-free. Hit us up.
Nice. Now that's a soundbite right there.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll use that later.
Yeah. Awesome.
But no, we're gonna tackle the local market, getting in a lot more salons, gyms, and tackle a lot of like everyday usages, and then eventually try to kind of just be everywhere. Eventually, we can get into Costco. Like the bigger stores, they want you to like hit 100K.
100K, 500K.
That's a magic.
Yeah.
There's magic numbers in product.
And you have to be selling at least.
If you're at least selling that, then they assume that you can at least
fulfill that capacity.
I see. Gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because they don't want to sell out of it if
if I can't produce it fast enough.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I see. Because that makes sense. That you have to be able to scale to that demand if it's suddenly a hit, and you have to
and like stuff like Costco and whatever, they're trustworthy. It's like, I only go to Costco or whatever, and all that stuff. So it's like once you lose that brand trust, it's like, okay, well, do I want to buy from them?
Right. Well, Costco always like, I don't know. Costco never has like the same shit for me. Like I always like want to. I don't know. Like we look for her like sparkling water or whatever like that there, and it's like maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I don't know. But it's totally makes sense for like the super essential things. Like you want to make damn sure like there's
you don't run out.
It's there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're gonna have enough.
Right. So you guys are running out of your garage.
Yep.
That's awesome.
How's currently? Yeah, what's the plan? The plan is eventually to get a warehouse to where we can end up like having not only a retail space, but then also like a almost like a co-op kind of space. Because as much as I want to have my own stuff, like I want something that I can have people always being there, always producing something, and not like just the machine has to always keep moving, but more so like I always want to have room for everybody. Like if we have enough space to get it all going, let's get it all going. For sure.
Yeah, because you guys are also very artsy as well. Like you're not just science, but there's art to it. So like what drew you to, I mean, we're far from grappling right now, but what drew you to art, and what made you guys interested in the various different forms of art that you're into?
Honestly, I feel like just being really misunderstood.
Okay.
as a child.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Now we're really getting into the deep trauma.
We're getting into this. All right. No, this is
Because
exploring.
I feel like you really, when you're really exploring art, like especially at a young age, it's usually for a very specific purpose. It's because you don't really fit in.
Sure.
Like, yeah, people like you, but I don't know. I was just like that weird kid, like, and I just overanalyzed everything, and like I always wanted everything to have like more value, more sentiment,
more meaning.
Like, more meaning.
Yeah.
And so I guess just looking to art, like, I don't know. It was just very like helpful.
Sure.
I suppose.
Yeah, it's an expression. Like,
Yeah. No, I would agree with her. Like that's literally how like your journey always starts. It's always something that you find comfort in because you find whatever expression or emotions that the artist is trying to express.
Mm-hmm.
But then like until you realize like, oh, there is different emotions in like any sorts of art, any type of art, whether it's music, whether it's like visual art, casting, like there's so much art in the world.
Yeah.
That's really when you look into it. And I think, that's where I got into it, was just philosophy. The philosophy of it and the idea of the thought process behind it of like, what are they trying to tell me by conveying this piece? And especially once you start looking into like different mediums and really like always thinking of that, like what are they trying to tell me with this?
Sure.
That really frames the way you look at anything differently, whether it's like painting, sculptures, whatever, like.
Or even just like, why was this their chosen medium? Like, why did they feel like they could so more easily express in this medium as compared to like something else?
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's like, well, I'm taking your fists here, soap fists here, for example. It's like, this is like
a piece of art.
Yeah, it's a piece of art, and it's fairly detailed. Like you've got like knuckle, whatever lines and ridges and. Like, this is a mold, right?
Yeah. That was from this production company here in town. They do movie sets and, like, props and stuff. Uh-huh. And I had met somebody who kind of, it was like, it goes back to that thing that you were saying. Everybody knows somebody. Yeah. And, like, we were at a pop-up in this little arts district downtown. Not actually downtown. It was in the Sahara events place kind of area. Uh-huh. They were doing like a little art pop-up thing. We were there selling some soap. I kind of talked to everybody there. There was a guy who pushed me into this production company, and they helped me cast my hands. So we ended up getting like the actual kit to just like cast them to make just regular bust out of it, and they helped me make the silicone mold.
That's dope.
And they cleaned it up to and make it look all detailed. It's kind of crazy because like you see the veins in my hands, all my knuckles,
shit. Like
it's true, crazy.
Yeah. So that's. So yeah, it's like
you can catch these hands. You can wash with them. Multi-purpose.
Right. Yeah. It's a
lot of soap too. That's like 19 ounces.
Right. Yeah. What's a normal bar of soap for you guys?
5.5.
4.5 to 5.
Yeah.
And those last forever. Like I just recently finished my initial washi bar.
Yeah, that was a 10-pack.
Yeah. Well, or no. I didn't even finish the 10. Like my first bar of washi. Like
damn,
I just use
care of your soap.
Oh, I just use to wash my hands. Like it's whatever. In just that whatever bathroom upstairs. So I'm on my second washi, and I've got a bunch more. So it's like I only need to use a little bit to like really lather up and
it's good and forever. It's crazy because like the longer it sits, the more it dries out, so the longer it lasts. Because there's a lot of like still like residual water from like the initial process.
Oh yeah, so all of those other bars are gonna last you longer than this initial bar that you purchased.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting.
Because literally. So when making the soap, so we mix the base with water to activate the base before we add it to the liquid.
Oh, and that burns too. Like when you mix, not only does it like burn your skin, but like it heats up. There's endothermic?
It's an exothermic reaction.
I always fuck it up.
Exo is
outer,
like exoskeleton. So think of it like that. So exothermic
got kind of connected to something.
Well, that's how I help all my tutoring students. I'm like, okay, connect.
Well, I thought it was because it was in the actual water and it was like an internal thing. I didn't think because like exo meant like it's actually like dissipating.
No, so all of these terms are always like deemed after energy.
What happened? Okay.
Usually, yeah. So exo energy, it's expending, giving out energy. It's heating up. It heats up to like 200 degrees when we mix the lye with the water. You always mix your base or your acid with your water, kids at home, because otherwise making soap or anything, you always want to mix your base or your acid with your water, because otherwise your base, it has the potential to explode if you just add the water to it. Or acid, it could just splash and it's still concentrated. You don't want that, so you always add it to the water. So
bases are not
burns. Base burns too. Yes, so you don't notice a base burn until it's too late. You look down, you said, yeah, my arm's kind of itchy, and then you're like, wow, what's that? I'm like, oh, my skin has already melted. And so
you know that scene in SpongeBob where he was just like, itchy, why am I so itchy? That's literally how it feels when you got some base burns, because it's just like you don't feel it, because like you know that scene in Fight Club, like you've seen it, right? Yeah. You know when he actually like he gets that base burn on his hand, that's not what it looks like. It's more of like that's an acid burn. So the base is like the opposite. It literally just sits there, and you're just like, yeah, this is itchy.
This is itchy, and then you're like, oh shit, my skin literally melted off in a way, and it's gone.
It's not like to the bone. It's like this, like,
but like a layer.
And you're just like, damn, it feels like a scrape.
Is there any way to like neutralize it or to chemistry it?
Water, acid. If you run it under water for long enough, it'll neutralize. If you just dump some vinegar on it, it'll neutralize.
Immediately.
It's easy, but it's still just like
you just have to catch it.
You have to catch it before it starts. Before it's too late. But usually by the time you feel it, it's already too late. So that's the difference between an acid and a base.
Gotcha.
Acid you'll feel immediately. Base you'll feel when it's too late. So.
Acid will fizzle and like, I'm Two-Face.
Gotcha. So to inject a little bit of grappling here. So like since Hannah, like you started grappling most recently, do you see any like crossover between like chemistry or whatever other previous experience you had with like your grappling journey so far? Are there any like common lessons, or I mean like
I guess I haven't thought about it in that way before.
Deep philosophy.
Like does the scientific train of thought, like do you apply that when you're learning new stuff, like jiu-jitsu stuff, or problem solving, or
scientific way of thoughts? Fuck around and find out,
right?
Yeah, I feel like that's what I apply.
It's a linear.
To be honest with you, I think that's what I apply. I think I apply fuck around and find out.
Right?
Because you got to test your hypothesis and then draw your conclusions. Fuck around and find out.
Because I feel like, I don't know, because not being like a formal student really of jiu-jitsu and literally kind of just going in like, okay, I'm gonna go to open mat and never going to a class.
You're
like
kind
of
fucking around.
Yeah, and so it's kind of just like, I don't know, I'm just trying some stuff. I'm trying to get out and whatever. Like, I think there was something I did the other day. I literally fucking, I don't know what I did, but I threw this dude off me when I was like on the ground on my back. I was on my back or on my like this or something, and I like basically
teach you the terminology.
Oh my god, yeah, sorry, but I was like, I basically like threw him off and flipped around like 180, and he was like, I didn't even know that was like possible, and I was like, dude,
my programming came in. I didn't know what happened.
Literally, and so I guess it's just okay. Fuck around and find out. Like, this person's on top of me. How can I break out of it? Or like, can I use my hips as leverage to just, okay, you're not that strong, so I'm literally just gonna fling you off me. Like, I guess that's what I apply. I'm just like, okay, the scientific theory. I'm just like, okay, yes, let's try this, and if it works, cool. If it doesn't, we're gonna try something else.
Right.
So
there you go.
That's how I've applied it, I suppose.
Gotcha. Yeah. What about you, Adrian? Have you seen like, I don't know. I mean, could be like not chemistry, obviously, but like.
How has grappling changed my life?
How's grappling changed your life?
you know what? It helped me slow down. It helped me slow down and really just like analyze even more. And granted, motherfuckers say I'm always analyzing everything already, but like, I don't know, you've seen me. When I first started coming in, like I'd trip over my own feet and just be like super spazzy and just relying on all strength. And now it's just kind of like you learn how to move. You get this like different body awareness. And like being a tall guy especially, it's really hard to learn your body awareness. Sure. It's just...
There's a lot of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of it, different like lengths and like movements, and you're just like, no, this just doesn't work because like
I can't do that the same because the
center of gravity, man. Like you ever try to flip a twin size mattress in half, it just doesn't work. But nah, slowing down and really just analyzing problems and like learning how to just like ride the wave. Like I think the best thing was learning from day one, like size doesn't matter. Like I've had black belts that are like 130 pounds fucking dog me, and I'm like, that's how it should be. Like it should be like size doesn't matter, and it goes back to technique. It should go back to like knowing different like positions and stuff like that. And like at first, like I didn't realize it. I'm like, nah, fuck that. You just know this. Like, and I had that like cocky attitude. Now it's like, no, you really like. You just learn where to move and you just learn to analyze, and like it's chess, not checkers, and just a lot of sit and wait. Not sit and wait because like there's always different times of attack, but like really just process. Like don't like go in with the plan, but then also realize that your plan can change, but like it's not a full change, it's deviations.
Sure.
Like, oh, okay, my arm bar didn't set, but now I can still go for this. I can, like, transitions and shit like that. Like, it was just really just slowing it down.
Gotcha.
It was funny because when I first started, it was... I made a bunch of excuses not to go. Not to go and not to learn, and then now it's just like, all right, shut the fuck up and just listen to what somebody has to say. And, and analyze it. Go for it. Learn.
Yeah. So you see, I mean, I would imagine, I'm not sure. Do you see, like, the, like... same thing in business, like in marketing and sales, and like you having like your initial idea of like, okay, this is how we're going to market it, or this is how we're going to sell it, the soap in this particular way. Maybe it didn't work out that way. Then we pivot and try something else.
Yes and no.
Yeah, yes and no.
I feel like almost, because I feel like the brand is almost an extension of ourselves in a way. And so in treating it in that capacity, even just learning more humility or learning more about ourselves and really like what we want to convey and what we want to be and like who we really want to present ourselves as to the world.
It's going back to that tangent where you're saying Instagram's your perception of reality, and it's just kind of like, well, what reality do we want to present? Do we want to present that we're super scientific and very professional and I never swear and all this, or is it more so like, here's who we are, but it's not us,
but it's in soap? This is us in soap.
And that's where it is. It's still clean, simple, but right to the point. And that's kind of how most of the time I'd like to say I am. But there's tangents and I'll fucking get off into deep dives. But most of the time I'll just quick, this.
No, and that totally makes sense as like it's you guys. It's you guys making this like day in and day out, and you want it to represent who you are. And it's it is your blood, sweat, and tears going into this, and your
it's our one child that we get to control the outcome.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even like that is, it's influenced by luck, and it's like you don't necessarily have full control over it. Like you're exposing it to the world, and you have to. It's sort of like expression. It's an expression of your guys' self. It's
another form of art.
It's I mean, the like. Not just the fist part, but like
everything,
every aspect of this. You guys had to choose, like these little containers versus this container versus
even from like the label, bag. Everything.
I designed all of these labels. Like I designed our entire website. I take all of the product photography. I choose what words go on the website. Why, everything. And like.
It's all art.
Yeah, it's all art, and I'm always down on myself. I feel like these days, like, oh, I don't paint enough. I haven't drawn something in a long time, and I'm like, but dude, you're literally out here creating like new art every day. It's just not in the same medium like you were creating it in before.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of what I get out of this is like it's a visual medium or visual audio medium where it's there's an art of like, I have to like edit this all together later and post it and write up the description, and like it's quote unquote multimedia in that way, and I have to write an Instagram post to like promote it. And it's a whole like diverse set of skills, but it's all like
subsetted within one of another almost, like in a way,
right? And it's all like it's art, like it is an expression of yourself, and this podcast is like me just hanging out with my friends, and just it's a this is my expression of me, and like sitting around talking and just trying to like just have deeper conversations with my friends rather than just like I don't know. I was kind of inspired by like, we sit on the side of the mat and maybe we hang out for 5 minutes in between rounds or something like that. Or it's at the end of class and we stay there for like 30 minutes, an hour, like well afterwards, like getting deep into whatever. So, this is totally cool that you guys are like kind of like jumped in with 2 feet into this thing. And this is what you want to see in the change you want to see in the world, as contrived or whatever.
The change that you want to see in the world. Yeah. So.
Whether that's Gandhi or not, I have no idea.
I don't know who it is either, but you know what? I wrote that on like an art piece that I did in high school. And one of the things was like, okay, like paint your life, and one of the ones had to be like a quote, and I was like, okay, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we always like, I don't know.
Says Gandhi.
Yeah.
I mean that's
what Google says.
That's what Google says. I mean, if
Google lies.
If you look into it, like it could
look
be.
Into it.
Me and Jordan talked about that. We looked into it a little bit last night, so it was pretty interesting. So it's a I don't know, it's a interesting thing to kind of interface with your not just your soap, like I use it every day washing my hands, but also like we're all just on as a broader society thing, we're interfacing with each other through this whatever social medium of intercommunication, and like we post memes and make fun of whatever, and it's a weird thing to I don't know, to kind of
put a piece of yourself out there.
Yeah, put a piece of yourself out there to. Each post is an art piece. If you could, if you really want to get into.
So I curate mine, even the stupid ones.
So it's but what I really respect is like this is real shit. Like this is you guys really did this. You guys really made these things happen. I have appreciation for real engineering. Like the shit I do, I just type. Like I don't.
That's important. You make important programs.
You're the backbone behind all that.
But
you make scientific processes easier. You could write me a program that would calculate me all the shit that I need. You could write me a program in my Excel using Visual Basic, doing everything that I need. Right. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
And that essentially could automate and have a business.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But there's art in that too.
There's art.
Our friends.
Exactly. So, I just think it's super cool that you're making something. I guess it's a mutual respect for our different strengths and weaknesses. Like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. All right, this is what makes an economy. What makes like a market of like, all right. We've got a homie for everything that we need to do. So.
Exactly. I feel like that's how I collect my friends.
What purpose can you serve me?
Well, I mean, no, not like that. I just like an eclectic amount of people so I can talk about different things with them and like expand my knowledge and stuff. So.
Definitely. And that's like why I want to do this podcast too. Is like because it's we're all united by grappling, but we all have different like specializations and whatever. And finding the kind of commonalities between that is super interesting to me. So, yeah, guys, really appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah,
and is there anything else you want to plug or get into or?
HerbalHannah.com, HerbalHannah.com.
Dope.
On a sticker.
Yeah, sticker. Same thing. Herbal Hannah Wellness on Instagram and Facebook. We have a Twitter. We haven't used it in probably like over a year.
I was
should start shit posting and like.
Because I try not to like. I try to keep the line between like business shit posting and then, like my shit posting because like mine gets a little out of hand.
You gotta find some Einstein memes like that one that was like, I didn't say half the shit that you find on the internet.
Yeah, because I don't think people realize like most scientists are actually crazy. Like, fuck,
to
dude,
be the
like,
best at anything, like you have to be crazy.
Yeah.
To be like, super deep into your field, you have to like. You're sacrificing other parts.
Other pieces of yourself to do this.
Your stat points are allocated to one thing, and your other like whatever charisma is like low or whatever else is like. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but you should like shit post Dove Twitter or whatever. Be like the Wendy's Twitter
and just start like roasting everybody on there.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely should, huh?
Yeah.
Because we were just using right now the Twitter to like post our spicier videos. Because we have like sex worker friends, and they'll be like, "Hey, here's a shower scene. You got me with the soap." And
okay.
So we have a couple of stuff on there.
I see.
But no, that's a good idea, actually.
Herbal Hannah OnlyFans?
Huh?
Herbal Hannah OnlyFans?
We were thinking of doing that, actually. And just, literally just, like, spicy shower scenes. Full nude shower scenes.
But you get to see how good the soap is.
Right? There you get to see the lather and the,
exactly.
Right?
It's up close and personal. It
discount.
Could be sexual, could not be. I don't know. There's some nudity.
But it wouldn't be, not putting it off the table, but the idea would be friends. We get on there.
Adrian's like, I'm not.
Hey, man, they ain't ready to see all that sausage.
Right. There you go.
But Herbal Hannah Pro Wrestling. I'm gonna have my own show that we're gonna have to promote December 5th. Keeping it on your calendar. Right. High Rollers, we're always there. You got your matchup this weekend.
October 27th.
How'd you get into pro wrestling? Let's like
go back on that.
Let's go back and like go through.
You know what's funny is
more champagne in the fridge. I might
go grab some champagne.
I actually met my wrestling coach at 10th Planet. Cal Jack, he's a fucking 2-time All-American, 6'6" hunk of beef, man. And I saw him walk in and like you see like there's not really a lot of big dudes in grappling that are like. Let me rephrase that. How do I want to rephrase that question? You know what I'm trying to ask? Like,
he's fucking jacked.
He's like, big. He's big, and I was like, finally, someone I know like I can actually go. Like a good sport, like speed, and not have to worry like, oh, I'm gonna fuck him up or I'm gonna hurt him or something stupid. Like I know, like, hey, he's cool. Yeah. But it's also not gonna be like just some dog shit where it's like, oh, he got me with the real stock or nothing. Like we really got down after we rolled. He was just like, hey, you ever thought about pro wrestling? And I was like, yeah, why? Like I'm like I think he asked me like, oh, have you watched it? And I was like, yeah, all the time when I was a kid, not recently. And he's like, well, I trained that. Like, are you trying to come check it out? I was like, fuck yeah! Like, you're telling me something violent, something that could be a character and just overall have fun. Oh yeah, I'm always down for that. Like coming just out of all the violent sports.
I lost the champagne.
You lost the champagne. Oh, okay.
Guess I'm shit.
Okay. But
that was like wrestling and art with you. It's performance art, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally like real. And
it is art, and even
real
with, like,
stakes and
the slams are real, man. You're really fucking getting dropped. It's not choreographed like everybody thinks. It's not to a certain degree. It's more so. I like to compare it to flow rolling, where it's like, you know where I'm going. I'm gonna let you go to it. I'm not gonna give you that much resistance, and it's gonna look cool. Sure. That's literally the same shit. Pro wrestling is free rolling. So all you motherfuckers that are posting your free rolling videos, come pro wrestle. It'll be tight. You can all get money. It'll be fucking entertaining. Right. But no, I started training with them out January and then got injured by April. So that tells you my luck. Right. But now I've been learning.
It's just timing.
The what?
I said I think it was just timing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But
it was the universe telling you to slow down, but go on.
Yeah. Nah, like, so I was learning in the ring. Now that I've been injured, I've been learning outside the ring and like the production end. I'm gonna build my own show, start trying to do more stuff with all that, because it's just, there's a lot of cool stuff on the business end. There's a lot of like money to be made, and a lot of just like cool, more art aspects to integrate with that. Because now you got video promos, and even with that, like, promo cutting in wrestling is an art, man.
I'm sure.
Like, these fools are just really coming out here and like, it's just tight. Like, it's really hard to explain it, because it's like the first time you see somebody hit like a twister or something crazy where you're just like, he knows what he's doing, and like you see it. Like, it's just like the movements and everything, and like it's the same way with the promos. Like, it's just a verbal like judo type shit where you're just like, damn, you're really
talking hella shit like just masterfully.
Yeah. But it's not even just like that. It's also like
it's evoking emotion, drawing a reaction out of the crowd,
making you want to come in. Like, think of Macho Man. You ever seen the cream of the crop? The cream of the crop, and like everybody's quoting that even to this day. And it's like, what, almost 40 years later?
Sure.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
It makes you feel something. It resonates.
Exactly.
I see.
Dude, and even with that, like, there's who was it? Was it Jake the Snake? He was another big dude. No, that wasn't him. It was Jake the Snake, but I'm misinterpreting him with another actor. But he did a promo once where he was like, and just did that, literally, and everybody did the same shit. Everyone's just like
waiting.
The whole stadium, and he held it for like 2-3 minutes, like an uncomfortably long amount of time. He's like, "That's how much power I have. All of you motherfuckers waited for me to speak, because that's how much like power I have." And he was just like, damn.
Just mind fucked everything.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, dude, pro wrestling is my shit. I'm always doing some dumb shit like that. So let's really just go full force with it.
Right. That's awesome.
But also the athletics behind it. I was using it for a lot of agility training, because, dog, like, our 10P warm-ups are crazy, and we do a lot of like flips and shit. But like with having to do like more of a flip, and like having to do dive rolls and like all this other movement stuff, like I felt like I've been more lighter on my feet and moving better because of that. And I like to thank the pro wrestling stuff with that, because it's crazy, man. Like, them ropes are pretty tall. Like, one of our warm-ups is literally run at the corner, jump over in one, and just like keep coming out. But like, you're like hopping over the rope to get in.
Okay.
And it's just, you really got to be light on your toes.
Like, it's part. I mean, of course, part of the training is getting used to the environment, the ring, and whatever, be able to manipulate yourself over it, right? Because you have to go off the top rope or whatever, right?
Exactly.
I see. Dang. That's cool, and I didn't think of it until just now that it's a different avenue to express yourself for art. So life is art.
Exactly. That's the way I like to live, man. Just be as creative and as crazy as possible, because it's just
I don't know.
That's
your
life.
Is your
Art.
own at the end of the day. Why make it boring?
What's that corny ass quote? Earth without art is just eh. Like,
okay, right.
And like it is like you gotta like find that joy and like really what makes it different. Like how, like getting stuck and doing everything that everybody else is doing, there's no fun in that. Like, be creative, be expressive. Like, at the end of the day, somebody's already done it, but there's always like ways to build off of that. And it's like the same way where you look at it with martial arts and grappling. Like, you're learning that move, but then you still have all these different variations and like your own way to hit it, but it's still hitting that same template of a thing.
And you're expressing yourself. It's your personality picking out these particular combination of things. Too,
exactly.
And that it's that combination that makes you. And that I've heard from, I don't know, I think it's Naval Ravikant or whatever. This entrepreneur influencer guy. He's like, the intersection of all your interests is like your superpower. Is like whatever you can like combine together, and that's like the thing that makes you different. Is like you're the only person who has had all of your life experience. So how do you like make that into something that
like a physical form?
Almost. Like
something tangible.
Right. How do you create something that other people would want that that experience, that like that thing that only comes from your experience. So yeah, so this seems to be the thing that you guys are, or pro wrestling, or I don't know, may you throw these fists in pro wrestling or something like that. I don't know.
You know what? That's actually what I was thinking.
Mix in be like, have it like be a fake fist or something like that. You come out with like a, I don't know, long sleeve, and they chop your hand off. And it's like, yeah.
We were thinking about that for like a commercial.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There
you go. But yeah, cool. Well, I mean, you guys plugged stuff already, so I'll put everything in the description. But yeah, thanks guys for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Sweet.